Okay, guys, today we are going to be adding and subtracting square roots. And although I have the notes up here, what you're going to realize is that these behave exactly like terms. So if we had a 5x plus a 2x, we would get 7x's. Okay, if we had 5x minus 2x, we would get 3x. So as long as these radicals match, we're going to treat them just like they were variables. Okay, so we have 5 radical 6 plus 2 radical 6s is going to equal 7 radical 6s. All right, 5 radical 6s minus 2 radical 6 is going to equal 3 radical 6s. Okay, so that's the general idea behind adding and subtracting radicals. But what we're going to realize in some cases, well, in our first example, these are not like radicals, not at first. But what we can do is we can break up root 12 into root 4 and root 3. Square root of 4 we can take. It'll give us 2. So we have 2 root 3 is what root 12 will simplify to. Root 75 can be broken up into root 25 and root 3. Root 25 we can take the square root of, and that'll be 5. So now when we check, the radicals are the same. So it's 2 square root 3s plus 5 square root 3s is going to equal 7 square root 3s. Okay, so that's going to be your basic idea today. Of course, there could be variables underneath, but we're just going to look at the numerical portions today. So I have right now the square root of 8 and the square root of 18, neither of which are the same, but the square root of 8 contains the square root of 4 and the square root of 2. The square root of 18 contains the square root of 9 times the square root of 2. So here we can see that they're both going to be square root 2's. I can take the square root of 4. That's 2 square root 2. I can take the square root of 9, and that'll give me 3 square root 2. And now I have like radicals, and I can add them together. So we have a total of 5 square root of 2's. Okay. Number 3, we have square root of 500 minus the square root of 20. Right now, they're not the same, so we can't do anything with them. But inside this, you can see it ends in a double zero. So the square root of 100 times the square root of 5 is how I'm going to break that one up. And the square root of 20 is the square root of square root of 4 times the square root of 5. Square root of 100 I can take, it's 10. So I have 10 square root 5. Square root of square root of 4 I can take, and that's 2. And so that's 2 square root 5's. So now I can say 10 square root 5's minus 2 square root 5's is going to simplify to 8 square root 5's. Okay. So that is pretty much it for today. We are going to be working on EE5. Again, I'm only doing one lesson per day, so we can use this time to make up any work where we're behind.